Red Sox Camp at the Cambridge School. Is anybody here that could talk about? Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I have some paperwork.
All right.
And the board also has this in their packet.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, the board last year approved this camp, but we did so for 1 year.
Yep.
And knowing that it would basically be a test run, and then coming back to the planning board for consideration of a longer.
Because last year was your first year, right? As I remember.
Correct, yeah.
Correctly. Yeah, and so the question was whether you'd encounter any wrinkles when you operated the camp last year, and maybe you could just tell us again what the camp is,
Sure.
what the population of campers is, the schedule, the number of cars you anticipate, whether that's changed from last year.
Sure. So my name's Tony. I unfortunately was not with the camp last year. This is my first year with the company, and as far as details go about the camp, we're expecting roughly 125 to 150 campers.
How many did you have last year? Do you remember?
I don't know that number.
Okay. Is it increased, decreased? You
I
don't
think
know?
it's increased a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I would, if I had to guess, I'd say 100, 120 probably for last year, but it has increased. We maxed out at 150, so as far as cars go, probably, one car per child on average, maybe one every 2 kids, but yeah, and the camp's going to be running from 8 to 3, or 9 to 3. And one of the days we actually won't be at the school because we're going to be doing a tour of Fenway. So it's actually 4 days out of the 5 days of the week, from August 5th to 9th.
There's only one session?
Yeah, it's just 1 week at the school.
Just to clarify, in last year's decision, total campers was not to exceed 125. So basically, you're talking about a
25
Okay.
student increase.
Yep.
If there were any traffic issues last year or complaints by neighbors?
I do not know that.
Did you hear anything?
No,
No.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. All right. And we're looking at a bunch of graphics here. It's the first time we've seen them, so it looks as though you have worked out with the school designated parking areas, but mostly it's going to be drop-off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a carpool. It's like a shuttle run, and it's going to be broken up based on alphabetically, based on the last name, child's last name, based on what time for them to be dropped off. So everyone's not coming at one time. They're going to be in 2 to 5 minute intervals.
Do you happen to know whether or not your camp is in session at the same time that the soccer camp is in session?
Soccer camp.
At Cambridge School.
I'm not aware of the soccer camp.
Yeah, I think it was like the 21st.
Yeah, I'm not aware of
Anyway,
it.
you wouldn't want to play baseball on soccer.
No.
And they wouldn't want to play soccer on baseball.
Correct. Correct.
Right. So David, this was in July, and the soccer camp was August 20th to August 24th.
Okay, well, no, this is
Ours is actually August 5th. to August
I'm
20th.
sorry. I was just looking at the decision.
Okay, but the
Because
soccer
they changed
camp
the
is
time.
at a different time.
Yep.
than ours.
So,
What age group?
ages 5 to 14. We're gonna roughly have 25 people on staff, coaches and leadership team.
So that's a 1 to 5 relationship.
Ratio? Yeah, 150, 140 kids, 25. Yeah.
1 to 6.
Yep.
So you have pretty extensive procedures here. When do you get a chance to sort of indoctrinate all your coaches and staff with all this other sort of? I have to have a test on this, I think.
Yeah, no, we're going to be doing training at the June 16th. on all the different procedures for each
All
week.
kinds of stuff. Bullies, it's new stuff.
Yeah, this is,
Really? Is
yeah.
this all proscribed?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, it's a pretty thorough proposal.
I'll say.
Holy cow.
And they've met all the requirements for a camp being permitted through the Board of Health, so we're the last step in that.
Right, so what we're considering now is a multi-year extension of the camp permit. And our usual permits run 3 years, 5 years.
So,
Yeah.
but
Unless it's,
occasionally we'll do a 5, it's like long term.
yeah. One of the
But the
biggest-
only difference now between instead of doing it for like 3 years, 5 years, is that there might be a growth up to the maximum number of people, is that right? The maximum number of campers from what do we have now, 125?
Yeah, we,
150.
150 tops.
And you're looking at going to 150, so that's the deal.
Yeah, I mean, what we usually do is we say you get the permit for multiple years unless there's an increase in the number of
Right.
campers. that
Okay,
come back.
above that limit, or we just do it?
Above that limit,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, if it gets much larger than that, I think they're gonna need a traffic plan. But, I mean, if it's 1 car per camper,
On the other hand, it's Weston in the middle of July,
Yeah.
August.
it's
Beginning
Lexington.
of
Yeah, and I know, but everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
It's like- Okay, the lucky ones. But anyway, it's not like for regular traffic, you know, they're certainly there later and earlier. Yeah, an industrial park.
Okay, well, if people feel comfortable with the proposal that we're looking at,
Thank you.
do you think it should be a 3-year or a 5-year period?
How long have we been doing this camp now? Is this the second year?
This is the second year.
Can we do a 3-year just, because that'll be like, just.
Sure.
Because you don't have a real long history or track record, because we promise we'll.
Okay, so, Sue, do you want to move that we approve the application for an extension for 3 years?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're all set?
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good.